Our second storyteller was a teacher, and she trained teachers in 5 continents all across the world. She is now retired. She retired 3 years ago, and I've noticed that ever since then she has been telling a lot of stories on our stage. She has a story called Fool's Paradise. Please give it up for Tina Martin.
Yes, when I heard that foolish was our theme for April, I felt my calling. I remember when I was 12 years old and I started looking back on my life. And I thought, I was a fool when I was a kid. And then when I was 18, I thought, I was a fool when I was 12. And in my 20s, I was a fool when I was 18. And this went on for a while until I noticed a pattern. And I thought, oh my God, I was a fool, I am a fool, and I will always be a fool. It's a commitment. Well, it was a revelation. So what do you do when you realize that you're a fool? And when I say you, of course I mean me. Do you try not to be a fool when clearly this is your basic essence? Or do you try to find how this liability could be an asset? You can kind of guess which route I took. So I'm going to take you on my route back to 2 countries, each of which is a fool's paradise, because I was there. First, in the Kingdom of Tonga in the South Pacific, and then in Costa Rica, in La Pura Vida. So in Tonga, my job was to train teachers, not necessarily to be fools, and to teach kids ESL, English as a Singing Language. So after my 2 years in Tonga, I was in the Peace Corps, a teacher turned to me and she said, you know, Tina, usually when a person is singing and dancing on the road, people say that person is a foolish. But when you singing, dancing on the road, nobody say foolish, people just say Tina. So I realized that I was synonymous with foolish. But hey, they were making allowances for me, and the children too were singing on the road, that Jack Kerouac, Gene Kelly musical. So I taught them the songs that nuns and governesses sing, you know, and teach, like The King and I, The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins. But I also taught them snatches from songs so they could hold their own. Good morning, good day, how are you this glorious day? And at night, good night, sleep well. And they could also thank people and respond. So they could say, thank you kindly, thank you, you are welcome to pair practice. So they could also greet and interrogate my dates, like Vincent. So when they saw Vincent pull up in his car, they would say, hello, Vincent, oh, hello, Vincent. And then they say, where are you going and what will you find? So Vincent would usually say, he didn't sing because I hadn't trained him yet, but he would say, I'm taking Tina to dinner. But one day he added, maybe someday we'll take you to the beach. And the children literally jumped for joy. And when they landed, one little girl named Keely said, what's the name of the day? And try that. He had to make a commitment. So try that next time someone says, let's have lunch sometime. What's the name of the day? So eventually the day was arriving and Keely wanted to know who was going to the beach. And I said, referring to several of them, only you. And she said, oh, only you, only I, world farewell, world goodbye, from Camelot. That wasn't even on the syllabus. She had picked it up just from hearing me sing around the hut. She heard her cue, only you, and she came in singing, "Oh, Keely, these foolish things remind me of you." So people ask, well, what happened at the beach? Nothing foolish. So we have to get on to another country where I actually accomplished 3 feats of foolishness in only 24 hours. And I have to tell this to you very quickly because they have a time limit on our speeches, even though there's a limitless amount of foolishness in my life. So in Costa Rica, first even before I got there, at the San Francisco airport, I entrusted a stranger with more than $1,000 of checks for the bills I wanted to pay before I left for Costa Rica for 5 weeks. And then the second thing I did was at the airport in San Jose, Costa Rica, I didn't waste any time, I accepted as a claim for my damaged luggage. It looked as if it had been through war zones. And the man simply wrote Manuel and a 7-digit telephone number on a piece of paper, tore it off and gave it to me. And I accepted that. He said, "Call me, we'll take care of it." And I thought, what's the name of the day? But I took it down to my 3rd feat of foolishness, which was in San Jose at the Libreria Internacional, where I left my credit card. But I didn't leave it until I bought La Nación, the newspaper, which had as a headline in news, the story of 2 Americans who had been robbed of $10,000 their first hours in San Jose, Costa Rica, because someone had gotten their backpack and with their passport and their credit cards had booked flights to Paris, France. So when I thought of the people I had entrusted, with my checks, more than $1,000 and so on and so forth, I thought, what kind of fool am I? And then, but the good thing is, I was there in Costa Rica for language practice. I was taking an intensive course, and this really became very intensive because there's so much you can do, so much you can say when you're a fool, and you have to cover for yourself. And so after my 4 weeks of language practice, I was joined by my MECE. Now, MECE is an acronym I created for Mejor que un esposo, better than a husband, which is what I call my MECE, who's from Costa Rica. And he was a little bit alarmed by my 3 feats of foolishness. He wanted to know, why do you do the things you do? Why do you do these? I said, fools give you reasons, wise men never. And then I realized I had to give him reasons. So I did, and then we went on our way, singing on the road his repertoire, because he learned songs like, "Come on, baby, light papaya," when he was learning English for the first time. And then at the end of our 5th week, we went back to Libreria Internacional, and I thanked the people there for taking care of my credit card so well for 5 weeks. And I told them the other 2 feats of foolishness I had accomplished, and they said, "Buena suerte." And then I went to the airport, and when I was next in line, I quickly explained what had happened with the luggage, and the woman there said, "Manuel?" And Manuel came forth, and he said, "Oh yes, I remember you. Here, fill out this form, and we'll get you a new set of luggage." So when I returned to the United States, all my bills had been paid. Nobody had charged on my credit card except me, and I had a new set of luggage. But I also felt I came out ahead because, of course, I'd had extensive language problems. Language, that's true too. Language practice, and I had this wonderful feeling that people can be trusted if they're not professional thieves, taking your backpack and your passports and your credit cards to book flights to Paris. So speaking of Paris, a French friend of mine, Annie, gave me something framed. It's actually a saying about foolishness, and it's by Colette. And I think the frame is because she knew I would need to keep it permanently. But it says in the English translation, "You will do foolish things, but do them with enthusiasm." And so, with enthusiasm, I want to thank all of the people I can trust. Thank you, thank you, thank you kindly, thank you, thank you. You didn't take me for a fool.